guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Tanya, if you're new here, and the one holding the camera is my daughter Savannah. This is going to be another therapy update video. We just left therapy. Obviously I don't go in there with her, I just wait in the waiting room. So we are going to hear about her therapy appointment together. I haven't heard about it yet, so.
Okay. So I started off by talking to her about like an update on how I've been feeling lately and everything that I've been worrying about. I'll just give you like a little blip of what I told her, I guess. First of all, I was feeling really guilty because I thought I ruined the vacation that we just had because of all my insecurities and asking for reassurance constantly. And I got really anxious. Like, for instance, when we were at the aquarium, there was a crowd and that was really like making me very irritable, and that bothered me.
Since I have anxiety as well, that stuff does the same thing to me. I don't like the big crowds and everyone's kind of, you know, just
in
all
each other's
around
face.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
give me my space. I don't know. I'm the type of person that I need space. Like, can
Yes.
you like leave me alone, please?
I relate to that.
Yeah, I don't like to be too close to other people. Like, I hate it. Okay, this is off topic. I hate it when people talk to you and they come up this close to you to talk to you.
Oh yeah, people
Like,
who don't understand
stop.
personal space.
Like, I hate it when people talk to me that close. Okay, so then I was talking to her about, like, I had a mental breakdown the other night because I was feeling like an evil person, and I also felt really ugly, and I still do, and I feel really fat, and I don't want to be fat, and I want people to think I'm fit, and I feel like guilty. I forgot where I was going with this. I feel behind in life too, like, because like my dad will say like, you're not living your life like a normal teenager, you know, and it's not his fault. I think this all the time anyway. I'm like, I don't have my license, you know, I don't drive on my permit, I don't have a real job, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't go out partying, I don't go out hanging out with friends that much, I don't have that many friends, which doesn't really matter that much, but still, like, I'm just like always in the house, like on social media and stuff. And I talked to her like, you know, I'm in summer school, which makes me feel really guilty because I'm like, I can't be a smart person in summer school. Like, those two things don't go together. So we did this activity. This is what sucks about having to get a new therapist soon, because she knows my personality, right? And she was like, after she explained the activity to me, she was like, listen, I'm not trying to overwhelm you, but knowing you, telling you all of that probably just made you feel very anxious about what we're about to do. So just know that there's no pressure on it. I've done this activity before, and I hate that I'm doing it in front of people watching me, and it's like, you know, decisive and all this stuff, and you don't want to feel judgment. Just know that it's not like that. You can take your time, whatever. But yeah, because that is exactly what went through my head. I was like, this activity is gonna kill me. But it was also fun. I like doing activities like that. So basically the activity was, there was like this stack of like 90 cards, and they all had like a value on it. And there's 3 categories: not important, important, and very important. And you have to sort all of the cards into like the values into those different categories. And after that, she started with a metaphor or an analogy where, pretend all of your like priorities and your responsibilities are you juggling balls, right?
Balls.
You juggling balls. The glass, some of the balls are glass, and those are the important things, the ones you can't drop, the ones you have to do. And then the other ones are plastic. You can let them roll away or bounce and, you know, come back to them later. And so that's what kind of started this. And so we took I had very few and not important because I have a lot of values. And so she took the ones that weren't important, put them away. And she was like, okay, since these aren't important, then we're ignoring them. And then she had me, this was the hard part. This part was, I saw it coming too. She had me take all of these other 70 cards that I had, and from that, narrow it down to 8 that are the most important to me. So I had to choose 8 of these cards that I felt all of them were super important to me.
That's hard.
And only choose 8 that were the most important.
That would have drove me nuts.
I know. And I started with a stack first and then narrowed it down from there. I was like, I'll just grab a few and, you know, narrow it down. I started with 20, which you're only supposed to have 8, so I had to narrow it down from 20. She was like, yeah, when I did it, I grabbed a stack of like 22 and then had to narrow it down from there, so I understand.
Yeah.
So then I had my top 8, and I took a picture of them, but I can see if I can remember them
Why
all.
did you take the picture?
She told me to,
Oh.
so I remember them. So my top 8 values were to be loving to others, to have passion in my life, to have purpose in my life, to have good like family, you know, loving family and stuff, to have creativity in my life, to have humor in my life, to have acceptance from other people and like from myself, and
Acceptance for yourself is very, very, very important because you don't have that.
yeah, hold on, I have to remember what the last one was. Okay. Creativity, humor, loving, purpose, family, acceptance, passion, and romance. Romance is the other one that I chose because romance is important to me. I want to have a loving and committed relationship in my future. And one person that, like, you know.
Did you
That's
tell
important
her
to me.
about the boy in Tennessee?
Oh, yeah. That actually had to do with it. So then we looked at my 8 and she talked to me about them and she said, usually the 8 that people choose are reflective of things that they want in their lives but are struggling with at the moment. Like usually, at least some of them are, which is true. Like a lot of them I'm struggling with at the moment. Like I don't have romance. And for family, like she had me explain why I chose all them too. Like for family, I want to have a family in the future. Family is important to me, you know. And to be like loving and purpose and stuff, that kind of goes with like Christianity a little bit, but also like, you know, I just want my life to be filled with purpose and, you know, not hateful, just more like loving. I won't go sit here and explain all of them, but yeah, so she had me explain them to her why I chose them, and then she grabbed 5 of them and said, these are the ones that when you came in and told me what's been going on in your life, these are the ones that I heard that you were struggling with. And it was very, very correct and accurate. It was like,
5
you know,
of your cards that you chose?
yeah, it was, which is a big majority of them. She's like, this is a majority of your cards that you're struggling with. So you can see that, like, these are a lot of balls you're juggling and a lot of things that you are, you know, thinking about all the time, and it's overwhelming. And so we talked about that and trying to, like, remember everything.
So what did you tell her about the boy in Tennessee?
I told her that I met a boy and like we were barely talking, then he was already saying like I love you and stuff, and so I'm not really into that, and I told him to slow down and stuff, and she was like proud of me. She was like, I'm glad you told him to slow down because that's like, you know, yeah. And she was like, also, she was like, tell me some of the things that would be your plastic balls, and I said, him, like he's not a priority to me. He lives out of state. He is pushing things and I'm not really sure I can see this going anywhere. So I was like, yeah, he's a plastic one. Also, some of the other cards that I was having a hard time with was like some of them were like wealth, appearance. Physical appearance was almost in my top 8. That's really sad, but my physical appearance was almost in my top 8.
I'm actually shocked that you didn't do that.
It was almost in there. It was so close, but then I was like,
I would have thought that would have been number 1 for you. Only not because you're like that kind of person, like I only care about looks.
Yeah.
But because you do struggle with your own looks so much. Like that is the thing that you.
Yeah. But I think what's more important to me is like acceptance, because I feel like if I am accepted from other people and I'm accepting of myself, then the looks won't matter as much, you know?
Yeah.
And nothing else will really matter as much because you just accept yourself and you're accepted.
Exactly.
Because like another one was like being loved by people. That was something that was also a close like runner up, because I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I really want everyone to love me. I don't want anyone to be like, ew, I hate her.
Yeah, but you can't control who loves you or who
Yeah.
doesn't.
So part of my homework is she told me to choose one of those that I can focus on
Really?
maybe improving over the next like week or whatever, and like just see what I can do to do that. And I chose 2. I chose purpose and family because I think those are things that I can somewhat control, like purpose. Like she was like, it can be really small things. So I was thinking like for purpose, like if I get my summer school homework done, then that's purpose, you know. I'm doing something with my life.
Your chores.
Yeah, I'm doing something. I'm not just sitting around. So that's an example. And then for my other homework, so last time's homework was to like draw personas. of like my anxiety and my OCD. And I didn't finish that because I was super overwhelmed and I just kept putting it off
You're also really
to the
busy.
side. Yeah, so I kept putting it to the side. And but she said that's okay because she wanted to change it a little bit anyway and add more like to it. So she had me write a list of things, and I'm gonna break it into more categories of personas, you know, and each persona is gonna have like things that they tell me, quote unquote, you know, like things that they tell me, things that they contribute to my mental health and stuff. So like she had me write down like obsessions and compulsions, like my eye rolling, my obsessions and intrusive thoughts about death, being like, you know, my guilt and stuff like that.
That's very intricate. This is gonna be very.
Yeah, but it's also kind of fun because it's a little bit of a creative outlet. You know, you get to create people.
You get to help yourself mentally while you're doing something that you love.
I get to create characters,
Right, it's
which
fun.
Also as a writer, I love creating characters.
Not only
So
that, but she does that for fun when she's bored. Like you would create characters just for fun, doodling at school and stuff.
yeah, well, yeah. Ever since I was little, I would like draw a person and then I would write out a whole story of their backstory. But yeah, so this is gonna be fun for me as long as I actually get it done. So that's like pretty much all we talked about today. And then next week we're gonna be doing, or next time we're gonna be doing activities with the personas.
Well, it sounds like it was a good appointment. Hopefully this new homework of activities will kind of help you a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, well, we just got home, so that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoy these mental health update videos. Like, no matter what it's about, no matter what she talks about in her appointment or whatever, I hope that these videos kind of help other people, whether it be opens their mind to, oh, people are talking about it, that's great, or it helps other people if they're going through a similar thing and they hear Savannah talk about it and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. That can help me too.
I can give you ideas on like what helps you.
Yeah, like if you're not able to go to therapy or something, maybe these things, maybe you can take something away for yourself from these videos. So that's kind of why we do it. We want to help other people. So.
And I also like really like reflecting on the appointment that I just had too,
Yeah.
and like just like
get it out so you can tell someone, right? Like, this is what we do. Even though in therapy most people keep that stuff to themselves, but
not me.
Savannah's very different. She likes to tell me or whoever that how it went, and it like gets it off her chest in a way, and that also helps her.
It helps me also like
remember,
but it kind of helps me like register kind of like what I just talked about and stuff, and like, you know, really think about it, I guess.
All right, so we're gonna let you go for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and comment because it really helps my channel out, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, poopies.